Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. My name is Stephen Hackbarth. Today I'm joined with Isabella Stevens, and we have an amazing panel here talking about hospitality. We've got Joel Furno from Citrin, we've got Mike Stoll, we've got Murat from Paragon, and we have Clint Curtis from Zapmoto. And I'll start with you, Murat. We hear the word hospitality a lot. It's thrown around these days, but how do you define true hospitality inside a dealership, and how is that different from just good customer service?
Well, I mean, first and foremost is separating the experience from what a consumer is normally going to experience going to a regular dealership, and more importantly, empowering the employees to do whatever it takes to make that customer feel welcomed and feel appreciated and feel heard. I mean, for such a long time, I don't think hospitality is something you train. It's either you have it or you don't. So you focus on hiring people that come from that hospitality background. Some of our best performers here at the organization worked in restaurants, worked in Starbucks. They worked, I mean, our assistant service manager worked at Starbucks. Some of our top producing sales consultants were waiters at high powered restaurants where they were turning 300 tables a day. And for us, it's giving them the power to do whatever it takes to make the customer happy. And again, don't be reckless. Don't do it because you're trying to make up for something you dropped the ball on, but just do whatever it's going to take for that customer to feel welcome, to feel appreciated, to feel heard, and to want to continue to send their family, friends, and everybody else here to do business. Treat them like family. Once you're treated like family, there's so many barriers that just come down. And I came across a book from Will Guidara, Unreasonable Hospitality, and I remember passing that on to Brian, and I go, hey man, I think this is where we want to go. And it's not something that happens overnight. I mean, it took them probably damn near a decade to become the Michelin star restaurant that they were and to be number one in the entire world. So it's not something that happens overnight, but it's going to take the commitment. It's going to take everybody pushing in that direction. We want, whether it's a porter, whether it's a salesperson, whether it's somebody that's in the office, whether it's a finance manager, whether it's whoever, they all have the ability to do right and make that customer feel happy, making that experience for them memorable. And the one that stands out for me the most is I remember I had a referral of mine come in, and I didn't even realize the sales consultant saw the credit application. It was her birthday, so she was buying her a car for her birthday. He went ahead and got a giant birthday cake for her. He saw how old she was gonna be, and he didn't want to embarrass her, so he leveled back a few candles. He had the entire showroom singing her happy birthday when she came out of the finance office, and I don't know what she did more, smile or cry. Wow. But it was absolute tears of joy and excitement. And her husband came to me. He was like, "That was beautiful. Thanks for having him do that." I was like, dude, I had no idea it was her birthday. Culture. The staff did what they needed to do, and they did right by her. And until this day, I mean, you won that customer over for life. Now it's to continuously follow through on it. Don't use that experience to drop the ball in the future, but use that experience to make everybody else feel like they're a part of something bigger than just buying a car.
Yeah, that's unreasonable hospitality. And Murat, you mentioned using the principles of hospitality from across industry. Uh, Joel, can you speak to how Citrin has come in with a perspective from different industries and applied that same hospitality to valet and other hospitality services within the dealership?
Sure. Well, the first person who greets your customers if they arrive for service is usually the lowest paid person in the dealership, the porter, the valet, the greeter. And so we come from the restaurant, hotel industry and provide a professional team of valets, porters, and support staff to make sure as the customer arrive, the service drive isn't chaotic. They are greeted by a person in uniform who opens their door. It's checked in. And if you think that 30 seconds when they first arrive, are they flowing well? And what's that first impression like? And then what's the last impression like? Are they handing their keys after they pay $1,000 bill to go get their car in the parking lot, or is there just a car pulled back up to them? Obviously, a little bit space constraints here, but you're doing your best to provide that final interaction. And finally, you can tell the dealerships I walk into that are trained on hospitality. You can't get 5 steps without somebody asking you if you're being helped. I think that feels really good to where an employee doesn't buy a customer without at least checking in to make sure they've been assisted and they're not lost between the lines.
Incredible. My biggest question is, what does it actually take to train and sustain a hospitality-driven experience across the entire dealership? Clint, if you want to start yourself, right?
I mean, well, I'm a third party vendor, right, that works with dealerships. But I actually think about that question a lot. And so I'm gonna take this on a little tangent.
Okay.
I went, yeah, right. Like saddle up. Hurricane's coming in. Where you at, Ted? No. So I went to this Disney Institute, right? And Walt Disney, right? They're all about customer service. And one thing that's interesting that they do is the culture starts from the top and goes down. And they feel that if they treat their employees as special and as family, that will trickle down into the guest experience. So they have things that they did. One thing that we took on that you can nominate silently someone that was really, really kind to you, that was on your team, and then there's an award that's given for that each month. So we do it quarterly at Zapmoto, right? Because if you treat your people with respect, but also love, that there will be a trickle down that will come to your guests, later on down the line. So I feel like it starts from the top.
Yeah, and Mike, you're a big proponent of that mindset as well, that it starts with taking care of your people. Can you speak to that as well?
Yeah, I think that, the Paragon White Plains Family 505 is the total number of employees in the entire organization. When you multiply that by the average people in their family and the people that they have uncles and grandparents, and there's about 70,000 people that the energy of this building can supply passion to every single day. And celebrating people when they didn't think you were looking has some of the biggest impact you've ever had. So not only do we have to do a good job taking care of the customer and their experience, I think that internally the sales department has to help the service department, has to help the accounting department, so it's the internal customers as well, and have that mindset and that culture, and how you grow and sustain businesses, automotive businesses like you do here at Paragon White Plains, is from that model up. So taking care of the customers, that's cool, but taking care of the employees so they can take care of the customers and celebrating those people is a mindset, and they do it quite well here.
You can't expect somebody who's mistreated to treat someone well.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just a trickle down effect. I mean, we had this bonus that's been with the organization for 15 plus years, and it's quarterly. And if you do a certain level of sales quarterly, we're going to go ahead and there's a Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren flagship store in Manhasset, New York. So it's one of the richest zip codes in New York actually. And we'll pay you, give you a voucher to go there. And based on the productivity, you'll have a certain dollar amount that you can spend.
Oh.
And as you guys can see from Brian, he was a winner from January to March. And we'll give you this voucher to spend there. And it's not about getting a suit. It's about the experience that comes along with it, having somebody tailor make something for you, something that you earned. And like Deion Sanders says, right, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. It's the same ordeal, right? And the salesperson that sits there and is proud that he acquired this suit from the satisfaction he provided to his customers and elevated the experience for his customers and the employees around him, we want to be able to repay that to him so that he knows moving down the line, hey, something's always going to come for it.
Yeah.
I love we brought up too that book, Unreasonable Hospitality. What's the guy, the Shake Shack founder? What's his name?
David,
He wrote one too, Setting the Table. Anyways,
David Myers. Danny
Meyer, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually eating at Gramercy Tavern tonight because of that book. I want to go check it out. Yeah. Anyways, shout out to them. But I love what you talk about with making it personal too for the customer. I remember we ran an experiment with our valets with one store, and as a security word, we would ask the customer, "Hey, what's your favorite drink?" Right? And so they'd be like, "Oh yeah, like a Diet Coke, right?" Da da da. And when we dropped off the car, we'd say, "Hey, what's the security word?" And they say, "Oh, Diet Coke." Okay, we just want to make sure we're giving the keys to the person. Then we hand them their paperwork, their keys, and a Diet Coke.
Oh, that's
And you know what I mean?
love
And
that.
every single time they're like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" That's the coolest thing. So it is about just taking that that little step further to make things personal. And that's how you build a customer.
I think if you grow the people, the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Let's not overcomplicate.
Give them autonomy though to
And
make
celebrate.
decisions to give them autonomy to make decisions to make it magical for it.
Amen.
Yes.
Incredible. Well, thank you guys so much for your perspectives on hospitality, not only how it impacts the customer experience, but also the employee experience internally. And thank you guys again. That's Isabella Stevens and Stephen Hackbarth at the Paragon Honda and Acura pop-up, and we'll see you soon.